What if you could write your messy, out-of-order first draft first and then structure your story without having to copy and paste a single word? That's what Reverie does for you, and there are no AI features that nobody asked to begin with. If you've spent even a minute on my channel, you know that plotting is my thing, and I will never stop singing the praises of outlining. So you can imagine that if I'm recommending an app that is specifically made for discovery writers, it has to be pretty special. But hey, in case you're new here, hi, I'm Katri, I'm your new writing bestie, and this is Protagonist Crafts, the place for people who are kind of obsessed with that whole writing thing. Reverie looks like no other writing app because it was actually created by someone who's been working on video games for the past 25 years. And he's got a name, he's called Mark. He cares a lot about how Reverie feels when you write on it. And maybe I'm a peasant, but I just don't really care. I just think it looks neat. I think it's kind of whimsical, and I love that there's no extra clutter. But I do know that a lot of thought has been put into how it looks and how it feels, and it's supposed to feel alive. To me, it just feels friendly. And just look at how the little cursor jumps to the next line. I just think it's really fun. Also, when you're highlighting stuff, it looks like a rainbow. And maybe that stuff isn't important to you, but it still looks and feels, I guess, pretty cool when you type. But from the preferences, you can also choose that a new scene starts with a heading. So you can also format your writing easily. Here's a heading. There. So I think you can agree with me that it looks really fun. And Reverie has intentionally been created to have zero AI features. My boy Charles Dickens didn't need any AI features, and neither do you, bestie. Here's a quote directly from their website. So plainly, Reverie contains no AI, no autocomplete, no suggestions, no chat panel, no continue writing button, no rewrite this paragraph menu buried in a right click. There's nothing to switch off because nothing was switched on. And since Reverie has no cloud sync, your manuscript never leaves your machine. Nothing reads it, nothing sends it anywhere, nothing trains on it. In Lord's year 2026, that is such a breath of fresh air. And our boy Mark also wrote this. The novel is the thing you did want to write. That's the whole reason it hurts. I mean, thank you. Wow, I hope he dropped the mic when he said that. Anyway, novel plots are my thing, and that's where I think Reverie's strengths lie. You can structure your story as you write it. Just add a scene break after you've finished writing a scene, and it appears there in the structure. And then after that, you can move it around as you wish. And if you add headings, they also appear here. And look at these things. They're actually different files inside the same folder. So when you start a new file, not a new manuscript, it goes here, and you can also move it around. You can move the files around, but you can also move scenes between different files. And you can use that feature however your brain likes to organize information. Maybe the different files are different chapters or different locations in your story. Maybe the different parts of your story, like the beginning and the adventure. It's up to you. You can just write if just writing is your thing, and then you can see what you've written and structure it afterwards. Move things around as you need to, add new things where you need them. And if you want to make that first draft amazing, my course, Your Plot from A to Z, isn't just an outlining course. It gives you a full understanding of how plots work so that you can apply all that to your first draft or any later drafts as well. So when you've written your first draft and you can see the structure there, you can learn what to actually do with that to make it the most effective story that it can be. The course was designed so that you could use it either before writing your first draft or after it. So that's why it's a perfect companion for this Discovery Writers app. But let's say you really like how typing looks and feels on Reverie and you enjoy the distraction-free environment, but you still want to plan your story in advance. What is a writer to do? Well, you could be naughty and still use Reverie to plan your story. Start a new file and name it something like the beginning of the story, and then write what happens in the first scene, like main character falls out of the tree. Put a scene break here and then go main character meets the handsome doctor and another scene break, etc. Now you can move them around and write them whenever. As for myself, I'm actually planning to write my poetry collection on Reverie, and that would work perfectly fine as well, and it's even legal. So if you're a discovery writer, also known as a pantser, and you'd like a distraction-free and completely gorgeous writing app, do check out Reverie. And you can even get 15% off with the code PROTAGONISTCRAFTS. You're welcome! And then perhaps learn how to make your plots really amazing with my course, Your Plot from A to Z. And I will see you in another video.